every Friday night. No cooking necessary, no assembly required.
All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Behind the Gates. Well, we talk about all beyond the gates. And thank y'all for tuning in on this Friday
Hello,
night.
everyone.
Hello.
All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it.
Turn y'all
remember when we discussed maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, or maybe both, when we said that Jacob should check in. And that he should have a support system.
I thought about that too.
I remember that.
We were talking about last week.
Right. And the one time that he check in, this will happen.
My.
He checks in, tells Elon what he's thinking. Elon goes directly to Marcel to butt in the middle of Jacob's investigation. And what does Marcel say? Oh, I'm gonna go and ask Leah at the hospital if she know anything that's going on. Dun dun dun. Jacob can't win for losing. I think he need to come on in.
Yep. He's destined for failure.
He need to come on in because everybody is working against him. And the bottom line is nobody believes in Jacob's ability to do this. So everybody is going out of their way to help him do his job. And by helping him, they are hurting him.
Yep.
I would have just
put him in more and more danger.
More and more danger. And Marcel think he's so slick. You know, he gonna blow the whole thing out the water trying to be slick. He gonna tip Leah off.
As soon as he basically open.
That's exactly what he gonna do.
She knows he's the police. So why would all of a sudden he start sniffing around? And what's she gonna do? Well, who is this Rashad character that's got Mike Grayson all over the hospital doing silly things? And now Marcel is sniffing around.
These people don't know how to be subtle or discreet
at all, and that's literally their job.
At all.
And Jacob, whenever this comes to light, and he realized that he had more help getting his intel than he gave himself credit for, I don't want to sit there and listen to the Boy Scout piss and moan about how nobody believed in me. And no one basically let me do my job for myff. It's like, child, if we let you do your job by yourself, you would have been in a body bag by now.
Basically. But however, they wrong.
They are wrong. I will say that, but at the same time, hey, I'm not in the business for feelings. At this point, your mama wants you back home, and I can't do much about that.
Yeah. It's not going to go good. It's not going to go good. And one of the people that is not going to go good for is this one right here.
Yeah, that's the one that's going to mess up everything. Because this today pissed me off more than anything. Because the thing that pisses me off more than maybe a police officer is an investigative journalist. Because they're going to sit there and say, well, I'm doing it because the people have a right to know. No, sometimes we need to be oblivious to some stuff.
Yeah.
And you sitting there saying you trying to help more people. No, sir, you're trying, just like Jacob, you're trying to scratch an itch just to prove something.
And here's the problem. As we see here, Smitty is, again, like I like to say, loud and wrong. None of these people on this list that he has jeopardized the whole thing for have anything to do that we know of right now, have anything to do with this operation.
And with Jacob lighting into Smitty, I was like, you know what? Give Smitty a little bit of credit. At least he's trying. And then what preceded our followed afterward, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Jacob, you're right. You need to back all the way.
right here, he tried to tell him, stay from around that hospital. Smith, do not go to that hospital.
But you know where Jacob messed up though? He said, unless you have a foolproof plan, don't bring your tail around that hospital.
And he doesn't have a foolproof plan, though.
And
he told him, this is getting too hot now. You are putting yourself in harm's way. Do not go down to that hospital.
So do you think that he is so with everything that happened with Jacob and with everything that happened with Martin, do you think that Smitty's in the wrong here?
Absolutely.
Yes.
100%. Yep. 110%.
Because in terms of like the security detail that Martin, he in this case, I believe Martin, I was going to literally talk to you tonight about it, but my assistant went ahead of me and hired somebody.
Right.
So with Smitty, like, sir, at this point, I'm not gonna say I want your character killed off, but you need a reality check.
I hope he doesn't die, but something about to happen. He's either gonna be hospitalized or dead.
Because I need Martin to check him.
It's like,
I don't want that
alarm system he was supposed to get. I don't think he got anything yet, and you just basically making yourself more and more vulnerable. You could have still told the detail to just jump in only if you see something that I am seriously in danger of.
I told you to leave me alone. I don't want no help, and I got somewhere to go, and this is what I go do.
Yeah.
Of all people,
Nicole,
you could have broken into anybody's.
This was your plan.
This was your plan for you to mess with her stuff in her office. That puts her stuff at jeopardy too.
This was your plan. Because this clearly was not thought out. What if she had been in there?
Right. Well, he knew she wasn't in there because she had just called and said she was
just gone down to the lab and just taken some pictures of people. I mean, you didn't have to really go do that. Taking the pictures of people in front of the lab.
Why, exactly. Why don't they
and write down their names? That's all you had to do.
Or go on
one of
those boards where they have
First of all, nothing you have is going to be admissible in the case.
Nothing at all. Kind of like with the cat agency in terms of saying they want Eva and Leslie in jail. Yep. While Cat is sitting there planting evidence saying that she's doing it for the good of the order.
For real.
No, man. We're going to sit there and talk about every crime broken. Let's talk about every crime every law broken. Let's talk about it.
Every law, because he definitely broke a crime. He did a crime. And then, look at this. These two fools sitting in the daggone stairwell.
Just chatting it up. Just keep.
Everybody knows the volume carries when you talk in the stairwell. I don't even understand why they in there.
And what? And old girl is watching the cameras like a hawk.
She knew that Grayson and Rashad was in there. Now you think she ain't gonna monitor and see? Oh, Rashad is in here talking to this guy. Who is this guy? On. Why would you have Smitty meet you at the hospital of all places?
Just why you can't talk on the phone. I don't understand why this stuff can't be done on the phone.
Well, this is also the same guy that wants to get a little bit of booty for his anniversary the day before. Not just once, but twice.
But my point is this, y'all. If you were scared about my covers being blown at the hospital, I'm only going to the hospital because I'm mandated to do these drops at the hospital. Other than that, I don't need to be at the hospital. I told Smitty to stay away at the hospital. Why are you calling a meeting at the stairwell at the hospital to tell me something that could have literally been an email or a text message that Grayson won't tell me and won't meet me in the stairwell? So y'all go to the hospital to meet in said stairwell to tell me that the other person won't come to the stairwell to meet me.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Let me ask this question. Was Grayson right to tell Jacob?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't have your lies together. You're not wrapped too tight.
Grayson said, Grayson said, I might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. And I've been dealing with this impaler longer than y'all have. And the woman work with me every day. And what you're not going to do is get me killed and caught up in your foolishness. So if you want to play stupid, you play stupid on your own. I'm with Grayson on this one. I'm sorry. Yeah. Team Grayson right here.
I know who I'm dealing with. You the one basically don't know who you dealing with.
You don't know who you dealing with.
And that's where with me, Jacob's Boy Scout nature pisses me off. Because you trying to press him as if you calling the shots. No, sir, you're not calling the shots. You're trying to get information from me.
Exactly. You act like you all tough and bad, like everybody supposed to scare under you. Jacob, you are a courier. I work face to face with the head dog in charge. And what you not gonna do is get my throat cut or Ashley's throat when you keep telling me leave Ashley alone, but I actually know what I need to do to protect Ashley more than you do. Because now I know she's a threat. Tonight.
Consonants are not our friend today.
No, it sure ain't.
All of them.
I know.
All of them a mess.
No. I'm so sorry. And then to put the icing on the cake, or as you say, the nail in the coffin, the cherry on top of it all, however you want to look at it.
What?
El Stupido. Decides. Hold on. Why you didn't do? Hold on. Technical difficulties. El Stupido decides to not shut down the illegal program that he was in.
That ain't not only just illegal, but has nothing to do with the case.
Nothing.
Because all you did was got names you could have got by walking down to the lab.
But aren't there such things called hospital directories and things of that nature that gives you?
He could have walked down to the lab and said, I'm thinking of doing an expose on labs and what they do and how it actually functions. Can I get some? So what's, I'm like, what happened to your reporter skills? Because you were just lost them all.
And Angela, you are absolutely right. I didn't think about that, but he has media credentials. It would have totally flown. That's the reason why I'm doing a story on such and such versus such and such. Isn't that how normally people do it when they I'm doing a story?
Yep, that's it.
And this is what I want to do. I was getting ready to say, and that's what Clark Kent does. I'm doing a story on XYZ, and I want to know about this and that.
That's how Clark does
it. Is there any other personnel around here that I can talk to? I wanted to know about this from a woman's perspective. How do you deal with other women when, anything
how many female lab techs do we have? Oh, well, how hard is it to actually become a lab tech? What do you have to do? What's the process? How long have you been here now? There's like so many questions you could have went with there. I mean, really. So I just, Marbella said throat's cut.
She was trying to say me to get my words right. Nicole does exactly what she's supposed to do. This is not a program I go into. So somebody has been involved in my stuff. Somebody been on my stuff.
Hey, Sky.
Hey, I have to interrupt the broadcast. This is not me. This is my twin, but look.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, my.
Is
that 2026?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, Blondie. What is it? What is it?
Kia.
Oh, Kia what?
K4.
Oh,
Kia what?
Still
K4.
K4.
Okay. Amen.
So.
Amen.
There you go.
So Keisha, I did not know. So Keisha, I didn't know you were a twin because I'm like, Keisha, when did you just dye your hair blonde?
That's my child. That's my child.
That's her daughter.
That's my oldest.
Gotcha. Well, that's definitely your twin because I sure thought it was you.
Well, amen.
Hold on, let me walk her out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he had so many ways he could have got a list of names opposed to that, which were not illegal, would have not gotten anybody the wiser about what was going on and pinpoint stuff to looking at Nicole and who's in her office and who's around her. Yeah, because now it's just going to go straight to Nicole and Smitty. Because Nicole is going to say, yeah, somebody's doing something in my office and da-da-da.
Well, and it puts her in a compromising position because the first thing was she's going to be like, hey, somebody's been in here. And as we see next week, she's talking to the chief of staff. They're questioning what they're going to do. Roll a tape.
Yep.
Who was in
they
there?
Ain't got no tape. They ain't had no tape for Leslie. They don't have no tape for this.
So what you're saying is you are actually counting on the security not to do their job in this point.
Because they didn't do their job before.
And this will be the one time they do their job.
Yeah.
Job. So then where was Leah whenever Leslie was perusing around the hospital then?
She was minding her impaler business. She was busy blackmailing Grayson and doing all the stuff she needed to do to get this thing set up. And she could care less.
Because I said that too. It's like, where did she come from? Was she doing this all along and then it just got bigger and bigger?
She just got casted.
Or was she a new director and everything that came in and basically started it? Because where did she come from?
I think she'd been there all along, but of course we had to wait for her to be cast.
Yeah.
And we had to give her some relevance now that Jacob is trying to do something. So now she's just showing up more and more. But she got more things to think about. But now that this is the thing, she probably was not paying that stairwell any attention until Jacob changed the drop and took Grayson there. And then she recognized it. Now it's on her radar.
And there are so many.
They might have got away with it.
So pick another one. Why you go to the same one every time? The same.
Why you in the hospital? Y'all don't go home at night?
I'm like, go to the garage. Go to maintenance. Go to somewhere, but just come on.
Wait a minute. Okay, see, this is when we talk about having that backup team. Because Big Mama's house, didn't they have a prosthetic team that put them something together so the looks he could go and do stuff. Mrs. Doubtfire, she had a whole other mask made and babysit them children every day. White chicks. You mean to tell me no, Jacob doesn't have nobody to support him to change his looks to fix so he could go in Garland and do the drop like he's supposed to. Other than a pair of shades.
Low budget undercover. He low budget undercover. Undercover brother, low budget. Low budget undercover brother.
At any case, like I'm saying, his father has failed him.
There you go.
All the way around. So if anything happens to Jacob, if anything happens to Smitty, it is this man's fault, right?
Just stiff as a board.
His wife is going to kill him. If her baby dies, she will never.
I think he was my other block person. He was one of my other block people, and his wife was the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Darlene does deserve a nomination this week. I ain't gonna hold
it. She definitely deserves a nomination.
But why is Elon just so uptight?
Ain't no nomination. She needs to go. Ain't no nomination. She out. Kick her out. Kick her out.
All right, let's keep this moving. Hold on a second, because I have done something that I did not need to do to my computer. Okay.
Oh my.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
Oh, is that what it was, Curtis? I didn't even finish Monday because it was so boring.
So Monday, we got to see the backstory of Naomi and Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was underwhelmed.
It could be. Well, to me, I'm thinking it's going to be a nice tribute because maybe it's foreshadowing because maybe Jacob won't be with us long, or maybe it's Smitty, or maybe it's both of them. But it's nice to see a little something.
In all honesty, my money's on Jacob being unalived.
You think so?
My money's on Jacob.
Yeah.
Because he's
Bye, Jacob.
he's
Get
pushing
our
he's
funeral
pushing some
clothes.
boundaries a little
he's
too hard.
stupid. He's stupid. That's why.
I'm with you, Donald. I'm with you.
Yeah,
He's
Jake.
stupid.
I think they're both gonna. I think it's gonna be both of them in a situation. Smitty's gonna get hurt real bad, and Jacob's gonna die.
And this is what we're gonna hear.
No, we're not.
Two are in danger, but one will make it out alive. Who is it gonna be? One family will be destroyed.
Well, if any one of them go, all the family's gonna be destroyed because they all interconnected. So it's gonna be tore down. But one thing
and that's when she's gonna end up pregnant is when he's basically gone, and then she's gonna have a decision to make if she gonna basically keep this
she
baby.
gonna get rid of the baby if he gone.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because the hotel hookups, they potent. I promise you, they are.
Hotel hookups. And she been so nervous, she probably hadn't been taking her pills.
Right.
So
now, one thing about this whole story, which I thought was cute and I did appreciate, I thought it was, is her being so full of mouth and not doing any of the things he wanted her to do. He ended up proposing to her at home in the bed. And she's like, oh my God, with my bonnet on.
Because y'all women are stubborn. We trying to plan a whole memory for y'all, and y'all just want to be in the bed just eating some ice cream and whatever, watching Netflix and Hulu. But we planning this whole, just going through Hoopla and all the other.
Yeah, he got it all set up, and she's talking about Ashley be all right. I ain't going nowhere. The one night you don't want to hang with your girls is the one night you miss it all. I'm like, see, you were stubborn back then. But this trip down memory lane finally let us get the tea, as Donald says, as to what everybody kept talking about. Naomi and Jacob's wedding and Isaiah's role and what happened. We finally get to see, which it wasn't as big a deal as they were making it out to be. I was underwhelmed at this point too.
Yeah. Because I was like, every wedding has a fight and somebody gets drunk and somebody fusses at somebody else. And that's normal.
Child, I didn't even make it far enough to find out what the hoopla was because I was so bored I turned it off.
Oh Lord.
I'm not gonna lie, that's the truth. I was underwhelmed.
I don't blame you because they could have kept that. They could have kept that episode. They could have just done a regular flashback with just this memory in itself, and I would have been happy.
About halfway through, when I realized the whole episode was their flashback, I'm like, they're literally the most boring couple on the show. I can't do this.
More boring than Derek and Ashley.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Curtis. I thought something big happened. Like he went to jail, he knocked over the cake. It was a whole thing. Like, what was it? 27 days?
He just
he didn't want to wear a tux.
He didn't want to wear a tux. He came in with some sneakers and he came in drunk.
It got loud and he left. I'm like, okay.
And it didn't even get all that loud. It was back at the corner at the bar. You know, the nosy people who pay attention to what you're doing anyway, fast all. But other than that, it wasn't like he didn't turn the cake table over.
That's what I said.
Champagne.
Didn't drop any dishes or anything like that. No flowers, no shooting like at some people's wedding.
Exactly. So
surprise, he got married at the country club. Surprise.
Now, in terms of this, I'll say with Isaiah, you could have worn the sneakers with the tux. A lot of people do it. For me, it wasn't enough to warrant you going on a whole rebellion rampage, or a drunken rebellion rampage. But then again, with Elon,
I think he was tired of Elon.
I think it was a jab at Elon. It had nothing to do with Jacob. It had everything to do with these two people right here in this picture. This one here in this blue dress, and this one here in this tuxedo.
Your mama.
This one here in the blue dress. The devil wears the blue dress. Her name is Darlene Hawthorne. And Darlene Hawthorne has proven that she is a piece of work.
And we were hoping that she was going to be the sensible one.
This right here got completely out of control, and we've had our debates, and everybody has their debates as to who was wrong.
It was Darlene, hands down.
It was definitely Darlene, and Leslie ain't making no better.
Leslie didn't make it no better, but I don't blame Leslie for saying, now look here, you can come to me and we can handle it once a woman. But you ain't about to sit here and talk to my child like any kind of way and I not say something.
It's not that she, and trust me, I'm definitely the one that's going to holler back about my kids. It's not that she objected to it. It's how she did it, because you basically proved everything she was saying about you and your child.
At that point, you can prove me right or prove me wrong. But one thing I'm going to do is you not going to sit here and talk crazy to my child in front of me. I'll wear you out in front of this whole country club. Flip over every table.
But see, now you've made it even more uncomfortable for your daughter.
Okay.
And when has she ever cared about Eva being uncomfortable? Sitting in the room with her and her boyfriend on the couch and talking to them like it's Sunday dinner proves that she could care less about making Eva uncomfortable. Yeah. But Darlene is a bully.
Oh, she definitely is. Because my whole thing was, you got mad at Naomi because she was a Dupree. Now you mad at Eva because she ain't a Dupree. Like, what the hell you want, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, she is stuck.
I'm like, where did you come from exactly? Did you what is your pedigree and everything? So you sitting up there
she has none. She has none. She was mad at Naomi because Naomi had money, because you stuck in the middle. You were a policeman's wife. Mm-hmm. You want what Naomi has and you can't obtain. Now you mad that somebody who you thought is beneath you is the only reason you sitting at this country club once again, because of that money that you don't have.
Okay, so devil's advocate,
like she said, like Leslie said, mom paying for your food.
Exactly. Go ahead, Donald.
So a devil's advocate. Let's just look at it from a mother's point of view, with their son bringing in a woman that they are dating. Let me ask this from a mother's perspective, because there's some mothers in here. Are you going to naturally be defensive with your son bringing in a woman to meet you, or you find out that they're dating one? Is there like a natural protective maternal instinct that kicks in?
Yes,
there is, but you do it with class, and you do it to not. You do it respectful of him. So yeah, I'm gonna vet the person, but I'm also not going to ruin a potential relationship when I see my son cares about this person.
Okay.
I can't say the same, because when I met my son's girlfriend,
that's a different situation.
That was different.
That was the reaction, and to the point where he said, and then she said, and then my son said, "What the hell's going on here? Y'all can't even say hey to each other. What's this about?" And I was like,
"But do you see the difference in the dynamic of y'all's meetings?
Because this is
at a dinner.
Okay.
Because this is the thing with me. It's like fathers have that natural protective paternal instinct over their daughters. Now, fathers, at least in terms of what I've seen, whether it be in person or whether it be or whether it be portrayed through media, fathers don't give a damn. They're gonna sit there and vet the boy in any way they see fit, regardless if it's respectful or not, because it's a test to see how well they're going to be able to come back in terms of how they handle under pressure.
Okay.
And if I'm playing devil's advocate, something said that Darlene is giving Eva that same smoke because she gave Naomi that same smoke.
Okay, well,
it's a different perspective.
Let me defend myself. First of all, let me defend myself, but then also, while I am defending myself, let me also recognize where I was wrong. Okay.
Okay.
In defending myself, I had seen the young lady before. Okay. Because my son, like I always say, delivered her on a trash can lid. Mm-hmm. My son called me on my way home from work and said, "Mom, we have McDonald's up the street. Can you stop to the McDonald's to get me something to eat? But when you get to the McDonald's, call me so I can tell you what I want." That was code for I need to see how close you are, because I got somebody in this bed. I didn't catch it at the time. I called and said, hey, I just picked you up something. I'm on my way home. And I'm literally a minute and 30 seconds McDonald's is to the house. That's how long it would take me via car. When I get to the house and pull up in the driveway, this young lady is standing out here in my yard waiting on the Uber, which means she just came out of the house with my son and was waiting on the Uber. She ain't having no sense to go up to the block and wait where I wouldn't have known. She stood in my front yard to wait for the Uber to pick her up. And then he tried to act like he had no idea who this was outside.
She had just
climbed from up under him, and he been probably all along sneaking her in and out of my house.
So under him is crazy.
Okay, so when he decided to formally introduce me as to this is who this was, I recognized her as the same heifer that was standing in front of my yard. So now, of course, I'm underwhelmed. I'm not impressed. I'm pissed off. And I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me that you're going to try to present this girl as, oh, man, this who I'm dating. You that heifer I seen at my house. So that was what my whole silence and everything in that was. And they had gotten, and well, no, I'm not going to take it back and say why I was wrong, because my instinct was right. Because past that awkward meeting, she continued to climb in and out of my son's bedroom window. I would wake up at 7 a.m. and go in my bathroom, and she in there putting eyelashes on where she done spent the night. So, no, y'all got me effed up. If y'all think that this is what I'm about to put up with at 17 and 18 years old, y'all playing with the wrong one. So, nah, I'm not taking it back how I treated her, because I was right. My instinct was right. I forget what I said. So, Darlene,
I'm not saying to take it back, but I'm just saying your situation, Darlene's, is different.
Well, no, because when you're walking Darlene's shoes, because I'm sitting here saying Darlene is wrong, but now I'm going to dial that back. Because Darlene,
I give you another perspective, Ursula.
Darlene has heard what Eva and Leslie have done to her son's in-laws family. Everybody's
family.
Right,
Angela, that's hearsay.
Everybody at Fillmore Crest was at their anniversary party. So I don't know what you say. They saw that.
But they heard her say, Mama.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she tried to stop it. Mama.
No. And Kat and
that
Jacob
need to be on the shirt right there.
Mama. And from Kat's perspective, as much as Jacob talked, and you know Jacob talks to Darlene and her, you got it from Kat's perspective, and that's her family. So they gonna ride with her too. So from Darlene's eyes, you trash, your mama trash, y'all ain't got no business being up in here, and I'm mad that y'all got money that I don't have because you got it off of Anita's back. So that's where Darlene's attitude comes from. I ain't saying it's right. I'm saying I understand it. Now that I look at it from the eyes that I'm looking at it, I understand it. But she still ain't had to be that rude, because I was silent with the girl. I didn't go off and tell her to get the hell out of my car. I didn't tell her any I could have done a whole lot of things that I did not do. Darlene, she went there.
But I think it escalated because of Leslie, because
it did.
She gave her the exact same. She gave her the same thing she gave Naomi. Naomi handled hers. Eva didn't even get a chance to handle it because her mama done jumped in and acted a donkey.
Now, in terms of Eva, I love me some Eva. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Eva. She is my client. However, Eva, you were drowning, girl. Because Darlene was handing you just reads left and right, and you were just stumbling, trying to come back and formulate a sentence. I'm sorry, girl, but you wasn't going to win that fight.
But I appreciate the way Eva handled it, because she could have got just as nasty as Leslie back, and she didn't.
Right.
So her humility, I think, trumps the entire table. If I have to champion anybody at this table, it's Eva. Because even Isaiah was deer in the headlights, couldn't believe his mama was coming for her like that and had nothing to say.
I think she could have bounced back from it had the whole other interaction with the mamas, the clash of the mamas not happened.
That he was basically taking up for her.
But Isaiah wasn't doing much of defending Eva.
He wasn't.
Granted,
I think he was. I think, like Ursula said, he was deer in the headlights. He was shot. He ain't never seen his mama like that before.
But I'm like, how old are you that you never brought anybody to the house? But I guess because they were having such, difficulties in the house between his mom and dad
yeah, I don't think he was messing with the caliber of girls that you bring to the house.
Well, I think that the thing with Isaiah is that
yeah.
he brought just any random person probably to spite his dad. It wasn't really to his mom, but it's really to spite his dad. So he didn't have any thought of who he brought in. This is the first girl that he is actually very smitten with and wants to impress his family to show that he can actually have a normal family that doesn't have to be in the law enforcement way. It's a normal family, and the fact that his mom, one, doesn't approve, but two, the way that she went from 0 to 1,000 in 0.10 seconds, he did probably get caught off by that. So, but at the same time, it's like he said that he was trying to find a way to respectfully tell his mom, like, "Your mom, you're wrong." It's like, no, bro. At some point, you're going to. Ooh. That's at
the point. Is like, I think he is very serious about Eva, and I think they will hopefully eventually cross that and jump that broom. But I think for him to basically, they're still young at it, So she's gonna have to see that. Look, I'm with this woman, and I'm basically gonna keep going with this woman despite what you say. So mom's gonna have to, like she was saying at the table with Naomi. She's going to either risk losing her son and him moving away, or you're going to have to start basically paying attention and start loosening up a little bit and get to know why he likes her so much. And she's not trying to even open up at that. She's basically still trying to shut it down. And I'm like, but you don't know her. So
and it goes back to
my mom with 4 brothers. It's like my mom didn't really. She said she didn't really sit there and try and get to know anybody until she knew it was going to be somewhat serious, because girls would come and go. So it's like, well, there's no need until we get here that we've got something a little bit more tangible and serious that, she's going to have to do something. It's like, okay, I can like you from afar, and I can tell you, son, I'm not sure I approve of her, but he's still going to make his own decisions. He's a grown man. He's not 12. He's not 16. He's not 18. He 30? You can't make him like who he doesn't. Yeah. Like what? I'm like, and you got 3 sons. 1 is here. 2 have been away. 1 came home. So you're going to risk pushing the other one away, because I still think the other one is away and married and did not tell anybody he's married to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wouldn't have bought any girls home either. Yeah, she acted like that with Jacob, and he knows how she acts. He probably home married with 2 kids right now and ain't telling his mama.
Probably, but it also goes back to how long does Eva have to be defined by that sin?
I mean, it's only been a year. It's only been a year.
But this is also the thing that Eva realized at the end of that episode, and maybe the episode afterward that led up to this scene. Eva is realizing as long as she is connected to her mom, she's not going to let go of that stigma anytime soon. And she's realizing that. So now she's in a crossroads where do I keep defending my mother, even with all the things that I know that she's done behind closed doors and how she is publicly to other people, or do I sever my ties with my mother, or at least trail back how much I interact with her so that I can stand alone to create a reputation and an identity for myself?
You mean she shouldn't quit working with her teddy bear?
No, and I love Eva for, oh my God. The way Darlene snapped when she said that sent me over the edge. I'm like, girl. But with Eva, she does need to stay working with Ted, because that's their time to be able to bond, and 2, it gives Eva a chance to be able to show that she's not like her mother in some aspect.
She needs some separation from her mama,
She does, but Leslie is gonna be Leslie, and Leslie's gonna Leslie, as evidence here.
But this is the thing with Eva. You work at your dad's practice. You mean to tell me that you don't have no money to be able to go get an apartment for yourself where you ain't telling your mama where you at?
Well, I mean, if it's paid for and I ain't paying no bills and I can bank my money, I'm probably gonna stay in this apartment too.
Man,
but even then,
it's Ursula. You and her, y'all live a different life. Y'all live a different life. Her daddy could get her a place. He been paying to live in a freaking hotel for a year. He can get her another place where she can have some real privacy.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Ain't no maybe.
He need to change the lock and get a dog.
I mean, he paid for both himself and Eva for a cool.
He need to change the lock. Change the lock. That pole, that stick that goes in the door. That's what she need to do.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, this is the matchup I waited to see. I thought that it was gonna be with Shanice. I thought that it was gonna be Shanice was gonna give me what I needed in terms of going back and forth with Leslie. Mm-hmm. But I think Darlene is Leslie's match.
Why you say that?
I just think because Darlene has a little bit more about her to stand up to Leslie. Darlene looked like she scrapped.
Well, this is I think I see what you see though. Darlene and Leslie are around the same age. So she's like, "Oh, we can handle this like two grown women."
Right.
Hey, what's up? I scrap, you scrap. So which one you want? Left or right?
I see Darlene can get scrappy. I feel that about her.
So who you put your bet on, Darlene or Leslie?
Leslie gonna fight dirty.
Yeah, she is.
But Darlene is also married to Elon, so I'm pretty sure that he taught her some self-defense things that she could probably use on Leslie.
I think she can hold on, but I think Leslie dirty.
I think fisticuffs. My money is on Darlene. If I think about tactics, like Keisha say, my money's on Leslie because Leslie is gonna find another way. Darlene will fight you with her fist. Leslie gonna get behind the car and run you over.
Right. Like she said, better be glad I didn't retire my bike.
Exactly. So Leslie don't fight fair. I think if you put them in a ring, I think Darlene gonna come out.
I think if we reenact the restaurant scene with Nicole and Leslie, with Darlene and Leslie, Leslie getting her ass whooped.
Yeah, Leslie getting those bruises that she painted on her face, they're gonna be real, sis.
Yeah, that
black and blue ain't no markers.
She gonna have some hair taken out right there.
Mm-hmm.
Lord,
that ain't weird.
Leslie crazy. Leslie is crazy.
Leslie is touched.
Leslie is a fool.
But Darlene has shown she got some.
I can see her having a blade somewhere on her that she ain't afraid to use.
She definitely got a blade or two.
Yeah. I just think that it's but
if not a pistol in there like Medea.
Let's take a brief commercial and go back with the trivia. So y'all, this is the time if y'all are out there and you want our new prize for this year. Allie got Febreze, she got Cascade, she got Tide, she got Gain, she got cocoa butter, she got
you put the picture
seasonings.
Up.
She got seasonings from Lil Poppy, the whole collection. She got, what else was in Allie's bag? She got all kind of stuff, Tide sticks. I mean, she just got hooked up with her basket. So if y'all want, it's not going to be a Procter & Gamble basket, but it's going to be a basket curated by people of color. So it's going to be all kinds of different things.
Okay.
If you want this basket, y'all better tune in now. We're going to do trivia. Get in there, be the first to answer correctly, and then you'll get an entry into that basket. So guess what, y'all?
All right, I'm writing it down.
Right,
come on.
Back. right, so y'all get those answers in. Angela is taking the tally now to see who did what when. And now we're gonna keep it moving. So y'all, the new Chelsea Cat Anita baby bag is out.
All right.
And y'all can go and order that. I, gave my husband the nudge that I wanted the Anita baby bag in white. So we'll see if it shows up. And then I can show it to you guys if he took the hint. I don't know if he took the hint. He didn't acknowledge me. I said it 3 times, but he didn't ever say. So we'll see. We'll see if he caught the hint or not. If you're listening and you're watching, Poppy, I want the Anita baby bag in white. Okay. Now,
what color?
In white, the Anita baby green bag in white. No, the white, the Anita baby.
Yeah. White.
And what's the name of the bag? What's the name of the bag?
Anita baby.
Anita baby.
Yes, that's the Anita baby bag. I want that in white with the little gold studs on it because I think it's super, super, super cute. Okay.
Somebody had a white bag, wasn't it? Nicole, they gave a white bag to.
They gave Nicole the preview of the Anita baby bag, the white. That's the one I'm saying that I want. That's the one I want. So that's the bag. So now, speaking of which, Anita said, "Y'all must think I'm Boo Boo the fool that you brought Danny over here and babysit me, and I don't need to be babysat." And they, okay, you right, Daddy did it. She completely crumbled and said, "Yeah, you right." He's like, "Yeah, snitch."
Now, if I was Vernon, I'd be a little pissed because it was the one moment where Anita was feeling a little frisky. It's like, oh, okay, this is new. And then here comes Danny saying, "I have a crisis."
Well, no, it was planned. So that's why he called her a snitch, because he told her to come over there and make up a reason why. But he wasn't expecting her to feel so good, I guess.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like, so we on that kind of time? Okay. I would have told Danny come back in about 30, 45 minutes. We'll be back.
Look, you sit right there. We going upstairs. We'll be back.
Oh Lord.
But Vernon had me
crying. Anita is the mama. She's like, I ain't playing.
Vernon had me cackling when he called Danny a snitch. That had me cackling.
Yes, snitch. She's like, oh, well,
And even as he was leaving the room, he said, bye, snitch.
Everybody's scared of mama. Yep, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Is it, though?
You know how you look. Eartha can still give you a look, and I bet you'll shut up.
Yeah, I still tread lightly. Right? I do tread lightly, no matter how grown I am. I tread lightly.
Yes, you do. No matter how grown, it's like, okay, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
because Rose crazy.
Miss Rose, if you're watching, I love you. Angela didn't mean that. If you
I love her to death, but she crazy.
And she doubles down.
I love her to death. No other mother like her, but she crazy.
Oh, Jesus. So
that woman hit me with a clogged shoe. You remember them clogs, the wooden clogs? She threw a clogged shoe at me.
You probably deserved it.
I probably did, but it was a clogged shoe.
Since we go in there, it was, look, picture it.
Sicily,
1991. It was our high school jamboree, the first pre-game of the season, and it was happening down in Spartan High. And this is my first time going to a jamboree because, and I underestimated the time that it would take for it to be over because it started at 6. I figured we'd be done by 7:30. Not realizing that the game probably was going to be over more like 9 o'clock. Again, I don't know.
It's your first time.
My first one. I go and I tell my mom, drop me off, and because I'm not driving, and come back and pick us up at 7:30. So 7:30 come around. We're just at halftime. I don't want to go home yet, me or my best friend. So we continue to walk around and saying, well, surely my parents realize the game is not over yet. they'll wait.
They don't care.
When I went to walk to the car, I saw my dad standing there, his hands in the pocket. I said, "Hey, Daddy, you know the phone, you know the game that's over." We did, yeah. Your mama pissed. I had to talk her into not leaving you because she was gonna leave you down here because we were in Spartanburg. We were cities away. I had to keep her from not driving off. I said, "Oh, we get in the car and the tension you can cut with a chainsaw." My mama don't say a word. We drive my best friend off. I look at her. She look at me. We have that nervous laughter in the back seat.
And you got nerve to laugh, girl.
From the time my best friend got out the car to 3 days later.
Look, when you were able to see daylight again.
Did she start beating you when she got in the house or before that?
The tongue lashing started the moment the door closed and Amy got out the car. The beating started the moment I stepped foot on the front porch.
Oh gosh.
I got beat from the front porch down the hall, through the living room to my room, back in the bathroom. It was probably one of the worst things I've ever in my life have experienced. And it was with the shoe off her foot.
Yep, that shoe.
And then the next day after Sunday school, because this was a Saturday night, I had to go to church and pretend I wasn't bruised.
Those bruises on you. I fell down the stairs.
From Sunday school, come out of church, and she started again after church. We didn't even get in the house. She started again on the porch, yelling and screaming. My daddy said, "All right, already now. She heard you. Leave it alone." I never went to another jamboree, Curtis. You say, I bet I wish I left. I wish I never went, but I never went.
It wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it. I never did it again. And of course, there are no cell phones then. Now, but this is the hypocritical part of all of this. See, y'all parents back then, y'all was dirty. Y'all.
Yeah, it's how I was supposed to basically tell you that things changed if I didn't have a phone.
Listen.
They ain't even have phones back then, Angela.
Every Friday night.
All we had was pagers.
We had
every Friday night. I didn't have the pages. Every Friday night, I was in the band, so we had football. Now, after the game, everybody's parents came to the band, picked them up, took them home. Who was standing at the high school outside waiting on her dad to pick her up late every Friday night? Me. You want to know why? Because Dallas was on and my daddy refused to leave to come and pick me up before Dallas went off, because there was no VCR for him to record on. They didn't stream it. It was you watch it one time or you missing it. He needed to know who shot JR or whatever. So he did not leave the house until Dallas went off. Now my game ended at 9. Dallas came on at 9. He did not leave the house till 10. He didn't come pick me up till 10:10. 10:10 every Friday night. My administrator's gone. The band gone. The lights out to the football field. And I'm standing there waiting on him every Friday night.
It's been a good thing to
However,
back then.
What?
Anyway. Would have been good back then.
Anyway, we're going to go past that moment. Y'all just unlock some trauma.
You done flashback.
We're going to go past that. We're going to flashback. Miss Anita said, not happening. So, Danny leaves, I think. Naomi comes over and says, hey, help me, come with me. Let's break the news to Chelsea and Kat. Which, by the way,
she was getting ready to go back. She was getting ready to tell her till she started coughing.
Yeah. It was hilarious to see Chelsea and Kat go back and forth with each other, blaming each other for the film.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was
presentation.
That was
you
really
did,
good.
and you did this,
and you did that wrong, and
you could have did better.
Exactly. And I was like, oh, no,
you the one messed us up.
And then here comes Naomi and Anita saying, hey, yo, Wenches, why you sitting here going back and forth? You got the deal.
Right. Oh, yes. And then they hug each other like, oh, I knew it. I was like, oh,
Saying like,
really
oh my
did a
God,
great
what
job,
you wore really showed that you mean business. Oh no, girl, your PowerPoint was the one that really sold the product. Girl,
It was
bye.
beautiful. It was wonderful.
Oh, I love that. That was the highlighted, well, one of the highlights of the week for me. Just to show their versatility. And they fight, like Curtis say, like sisters for real, cousins, the whole nine, because we all do it.
Yeah.
No matter how close we are, we've had those moments as girlfriends where we have just gone there. And you just gonna have to deal with it. But
Yep, I just know I will never cut Ursula's hair again.
or eat my roll from Russia's.
Or eat yeah, that's another. Or eat that roll from Russia's. No, won't do that no more. Oh, God.
You just don't do it. That's not it. Okay. But here we go.
Just don't do it. Yeah.
This brings me to my
Don't
next
do it.
question,
Don't
y'all.
touch it.
All of y'all, what y'all doing in this situation?
Lynette gonna catch an uppercut.
I'm
not
going
believing
to
that heifer.
kill Lynette.
Yes.
Because Lynette,
Yes.
the thing, but here's the
We've
thing with
said that.
Lynette. Lynette is
that's
so
on
much
her.
better at hustling somebody than Haley is.
She
Yes,
She's
is.
a pro at it. She ain't new to it. She true
Yeah.
to it, and that's what makes Lynette such a freaking character to hate. Because you can't blame the hustle.
Thank you, Curtis. Make her some tea. That period.
Now make her some tea.
You want to make somebody some tea? Make her some tea. Like, what are y'all doing? Why is it taking y'all so long to figure out that you need to kill this?
Now you got all that tea stuff. It's just make her some tea. Bring her over. Yep.
Make her a whole cake.
Mm.
Here's
Yeah,
a
they-
housewarming.
I think Lynette is too smart for that to even eat anything that her
Yeah.
or Randy.
They're
would
gonna have to.
But
They're gonna have
Haley-
to get with Joey. They're gonna have to partner up with Joey and get rid of her.
No, they don't really need to partner up with Joey. Just have Haley give her an overdose of that stuff she was trying to give Bill, and now
But that's what I'm saying.
stuff.
She's not
That's
gonna
what
drink
I'm
anything.
saying.
That,
She's smart.
yeah. She wouldn't
too
drink
smart
it.
for that.
She
I'm
probably
telling
wouldn't.
y'all, listen, y'all got to think about it from a soap standpoint. They're not going to get rid of Haley with this because of her role in the show. Haley and Randy are interconnected. They got to get rid of Lynette.
Mhm.
Joey knows about Lynette. Joey going to help them get rid of her. And then they're going to owe Joey, which is what Joey wants, because Haley can make Bill run for that seat.
Yeah.
He can hold it over their head.
Yep,
That is still out there. That is
Make
still
it happen,
very
Haley.
well
Yep.
possibility.
I am curious to see what Bill was telling Haley no about for next week.
Yeah, probably something about giving Lynette some more money. Because my thing is, how does Haley honestly and seriously think she's going to get that kind of money out of?
She's not going to be able to. She's already extorted Bill enough in terms of helping Lynette as it is. Bill is tapped out. Took the case pro bono, got the charges dropped, put her up in the hotel until
is she buying
the
a
case was
condo
dropped.
now? Yeah.
Yep.
With a view.
Yeah, no.
She didn't basically. Yeah, I don't know what she did with that ring. If she just melted it down and sold the diamond separately.
Yeah, where is the ring?
I don't know, but it's gonna come back up because you saw they brought it up again.
So
that's the $1 million question. But Bill and Tomas, they think they know, but do they know?
They don't know, but they know as much as they're gonna know. Because, like I said, they're not gonna get rid of Haley yet. It'll be a minute.
I think he thinks it's just Lynette trying to fleece Haley, and Haley's just sweet and innocent. He doesn't get that Haley is in it yet.
Yeah.
See, I'm mad at Tomas because you should have stuck to your guns and just went over to the other practice.
He really should have. I agree.
Because at that point, it's like because he had a valid point. It's like, you're going to sit there and literally chastise me over your wife's actions, and majority of which I never asked her to do. but you still chastise me anyway. And now you're going to listen to your wife and the person whose cases you just dropped in a sexual harassment charge against me? Oh, no.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
I appreciate the knowledge you've instilled in me. I appreciate the opportunity. But now it's time to take your knowledge you've given me and let me just go ahead and work.
Yeah.
Whether I be successful or whether I not be successful. Even then, he was at a pretty respectable firm that he was trying to go to. So either way it goes, it doesn't matter.
So
I can't pick from them three right there.
They decide that, hey, you can stay, and but hell no, you're not going to the Chelsea Cat party. You gonna get started on looking
I know,
into
like you
Lynette.
5.
He said, oh yeah, great, yes to the first one, but hell no to the second. I said, oh, snap. Okay.
But you didn't do all that training for nothing, but at the same time, you gonna sit there and literally hang me by a thread because your wife said I sexually harassed somebody? No characters. At that point, it ain't worth it. I'll sit there and take my chances at the other firm.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, he admires Bill, so I see why, but I agree with Kat. He should have bounced.
Yeah, people admire their favorite celebrity and come to find out they're not the nicest people on the planet.
He should have left.
Yeah, I would have bounced too. However, I do commend Bill for not accepting it and saying, is this because of Haley? And now I'm thinking that your suspicions are right on. I do appreciate him confiding in Tomas that, you might have a point. I need you to help me figure this out. So he could have continued to be a jerk the whole time and ruined Tomas and all of that. But I think upon further reflection, he probably says, you know what? I probably didn't handle this right. And Haley knew what button to push because they just got rid of Mike in that whole sexual harassment thing. So she knew exactly what to say to get a rise out of him. Yeah. And I think in that moment, she played to his emotions about protecting his firm. And at that point, he didn't care if it was Tomas, Kat, Chelsea, Naomi, whoever. You're not going to stand between me and my baby, which is my firm. So I think that's how he acted that way. And that's all because of Haley's manipulation. But I do appreciate him somewhat dialing that back, saying, all right, I think you're actually on to something. But
it still would have been a middle finger. It still would have been a middle finger and going to the other firm for me. You can kiss
but Bill is your boss. Bill is your boss. Who you
he can kiss Bill my ass at this point.
Ooh. Well, all right.
Not the officers of Bill Hamilton Esquire said Bill can kiss my ass. That's what he said.
He said it. He said it.
At that point, you ain't about to sit there and get me in trouble because your wife want to sit there and play you and me.
I ain't about to get played.
Now, speaking of not getting played, and I don't have a graphic for this, how about y'all go ahead and put, y'all are voting in the chat. I'm gonna say y'all go ahead and put in the chat, tell me who y'all think should be on the block. We're gonna do some more nominations.
That's the only 3 we got.
I said we're gonna do some more nominations, but this is my top 3 as non-negotiable nominations. Y'all can go ahead and vote for this. Either Smitty, Lynette, or Darlene. We are gonna introduce some more, but right now these are the priority ones: 1 for Smitty, 2 for Lynette, and 3 for Darlene. Y'all go ahead and put that in on the chat. About Joey. Maurice, I'm going to say Maurice. Randy says you are definitely invited to the cookout because Bill said, how does your sneaky link have money to buy a condo, a penthouse?
Listen, Joey's my favorite character on the show because, listen, Joey has better street smarts than anybody on the show. Only one that can probably rival his street smarts is June.
Yeah. Which is why he trusts her.
But yeah, Joey's like, no, I don't care. Whatever you 3 are cooking up, y'all might want to pull back.
And he said, and you ain't got the good sense to tell me the truth. So you're going to keep going on at this lie. But that's all right. Go ahead, because I'm love to go figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. This is fun for me.
And he will.
Yeah, this is fun for him. It gives him something to do and think about it. Yeah.
He will.
I'm surprised he hasn't figured it out yet, though, that they some kind of grifters and scammers. Because, I
mean, he almost did. Joey is almost
He just hadn't figured out exactly what the scam is.
Yeah, what the scam is. But I'm like,
these two dumbasses.
And they forever in public. I just don't understand.
That stupid Randy thing is what outed them.
And see, he thinks that he's gonna be able to control Lynette. He ain't gonna be controlling. Lynette controls you.
Lynette got all the cards right now. She holding all the cards.
All of them. Both of them.
It was funny, Curtis, when she said there's a special hell for scammers, and he said, I agree. Like, I'm going to catch you. I'm going to figure it out.
Because that part was like, I was like, is he really looking at Haley, or is he just thinking about the
No, he's talking about old girl, because he thinks she's
I know. But when he finally figures out, and I'm trying to see how this is going to go with her. Is she going to
It ain't going no time soon.
Or is she going to be gone?
Nah, she ain't going no time soon.
I know, but I'm talking about at the end. Is it going to be, where's she going at the end? But just like Sheila, I said, Sheila keeps coming back. But I don't see Haley coming back unless she saves Bill's life or somebody's life.
I think it's going to become, like, again, we have now, these two have a common enemy. Mm-hmm. And it's not Bill at this point, because you are threatening your scam for Bill. So now you're messing with my money. So now we have to turn our attentions to you. And we got this common enemy here. And Bill has this same enemy. And now it's become Joey's mission. So everybody is team, how do we get rid of Lynette? How do we expose her, and how do we get rid of her? And if she is not careful, she's going to end up wherever Doug is.
Yep.
But in the ground, messing with Joey, because he really don't care, and he don't lose not one wink of sleep behind it.
And
so Lynette, but how did is Vanessa the only realtor in the DMV?
She must not have nobody working.
Because even with Leslie, she said that she has other recommendations of realtors that she could be able to pass.
She has other people in her. She's got a whole firm.
Yeah.
So, but her firm is the top. So, and she gets the creme de la creme of stuff. So
she's gonna get a cut. She's gonna get a cut of somebody's closing deal some kind of way.
But is Lynette just out of touch, or is she just that ballsy?
She's that bossy.
Just ballsy.
Yeah, ballsy.
Oh, yeah.
Kahunas.
Mm-hmm.
She's that ballsy.
Beholds, yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm. Well, y'all go ahead and put in the chat your number one way of getting rid of Lynette. We're going to say that we're going to unalive her. Be creative in the chat and say how we can do it.
Joey.
And we already know that she's not going to take any type of substance from Haley or Randy. She's not going to eat or drink anything. So y'all get creative in the chat and tell us how y'all think they should off Lynette. That's going to be funny. Interesting to see what y'all think they should do. But speaking of Joey, there's a young lady who is still not satisfied with her mother's answers. And her name is Deanna McBride. A Hamilton soundtrack. And why can't I find the graphic? Anyway, we're going to keep on. Deanna went to see Joey and said, stay the hell away from my mama.
Away from my mama.
In all honesty, I probably would have rolled up on Joey and said the same thing too. I ain't gonna hold you.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Stay the hell away from my mama. Because I don't trust you, let alone like you. And I hear too many things about you that are not of the kingdom. So you need to stay away from my mama.
Y'all know what I love.
even Joey's reputation and knowing who Joey is and what he can do, you will roll up on Joey in such a way?
Yep. I'll take my chances. I am not joking. I will take my chances. You can unalive me if you want
gonna be down
but
for
if
your
you
mama
love my
no
mama
matter
the
what.
way you say you do, the only person you're gonna be hurting is my mama.
Oh.
So yeah, we gonna have this talk. And you gonna do as I say.
Not as you say.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm so serious.
Okay.
Because you're talking to a mama's boy 100%. And I don't play about my mama.
Okay. Well, I can respect it. I can respect it. I don't know if it's wise, but I can respect it.
Oh, it's reckless as hell. I'm not gonna hold you. It's reckless as hell. But you know what? You ain't about to come between a black man and his mama. That you will never do.
Okay. Okay.
That is
I just want to make that abundantly clear. It's reckless as hell, but you ain't about to come between me and my mama.
Okay. I'm gonna say it. As long as you know it's reckless, you kind of signing your own certificate at that point. But
as long as you know this may be your last days.
Right.
That's all right. I spend my last days defending my mama, and I will be satisfied.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. But wasn't her makeup just beautiful?
Nope.
Oh, it was beat. Someone beat that face.
Yeah, she looked real pretty today.
And the hair set it off. The hair set it off. I'm like, okay, I love this whole look. And I love the jacket with the big old with the collar. I'm here for it. Mm-hmm.
Deanna, whoever is in charge of casting is, I swear that is Black Vanessa.
Really good job.
I don't like casting because they ain't called me to be Bill's long lost illegitimate son yet. So.
And you ain't gonna get the call because you done.
You know what?
You
ain't gonna get my dreams person.
You
done told him to piss that ship has sailed. They are not going home.
You know what? You ain't gonna destroy my dreams. I'm holding true that I am gonna be cast as somebody. It's gonna be Orphe Jean's way to number 17. I'm gonna be on that show, damn it.
I'm getting ready to say because you done got demoted to Jacob's sidekick at this point.
Oh hell no!
You are not gonna be in.
I'll go to Young and the Restless first.
Not Young and the Restless.
Speaking of which, I was floored to see Shamar Moore and Vivica Fox back this week on Young and the Restless.
Yes,
Vivica.
What? I was like, what is that? Vivica Fox and Shamar are on,
People don't know that Vivica was in soap operas. I'm like, look, Vivica's been in the business.
Yes.
But she looks totally different. Her
she really does.
I looked and I was like, is that Vivica Fox? I was like, yeah.
She is literally almost unrecognizable.
Yeah, it's not. She doesn't look the same at all. No.
Not saying that it's a bad job, saying she's unrecognizable. She's done what I call as a Jane Fonda
Lifetime movie, so I already like herself.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying she is like Jane Fonda. Jane Fonda now is really unrecognizable. Only thing you have to do with Jane now, I have to close my eyes and listen to her voice to know that it's her, because she is completely gone from when she did Monster-in-Law. That was good enough. What she has done since Monster-in-Law, she
I haven't seen her lately. We have to go look that up.
Nothing like herself.
You need to. If y'all have not watched, oh God, what is the name of her show on Netflix? Frankie and
with her daughter Frankie and something. Yeah.
No, it's her and whatchamacallit together. Hold on, I'm about to tell you. Frankie and Grace and Frankie.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. There's the mother and daughter, right?
Yeah, Grace and Frankie. That show is hilarious. You will love it.
Because it's like
just watch it, just trust the process. It's like 3 or 4. It's her and Lily Tomlin.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best comedies on Netflix.
And Lily looks like herself, even though she's 97. She looks like herself.
Mm-hmm. Listen, hilarious.
Just saying.
Listen, hilarious.
I hear you.
Yeah, everything you think it is not.
I figured that I would, catch it, but let's stroll on
but
down.
I haven't got it yet.
Let's spend some time at orphanages. This young lady right here.
Let me see what you about to talk about. Are we going to talk about the other meeting that happened at orphanages this week? Because if not, I have one thing to say.
Well, we briefly touched it a little bit if you're talking about Darlene and Naomi.
Yeah, I have a question. Question. We don't have any people lacking melanin in the room, but I just need to know because I know this is a them thing. And maybe it's just a Southern thing. So the three of us are Southerners. So I'm going to ask you, Donald, you let me know. Is it okay to refer to your mother-in-law by her first name? Does he call your parents by their first name, or what does he call them?
In terms of the in-laws?
Yeah.
Mom.
It depends on the dynamic. Okay. It depends.
Yeah,
because
it depends on what I'm saying. Go ahead. Go ahead, Donald. No, go.
My first initial thing will be say mama last name. Or I'll start first by saying Mrs. or Mr. So-and-so. But I will never refer to my in-laws as their first government name. I would never bring myself to that point. Mm-mm.
Then that's why I was like, why is she calling her Darlene? Because ma'am.
You don't do that. I call mine, but I call her Miss Suzanne.
Raphael.
That's what I'm saying.
Raphael refers to my mom as Mom, but he refers to my dad as Gus because that's his nickname. So he does call him Gus, and it's been fine with him. He hasn't said, call me dad or anything like that. He calls him Gus, and that's just their relationship because it's less of father and son and more like homeboys, friends, or whatever.
Yeah, your daddy is different. Your daddy different.
Yeah, so he calls him Gus. Now, the one prior to Raphael, he did not take lightly to being called Gus. So it is whether or not I like you, whether or not I'm going to allow you to address me and such. And the one before Raphael was not granted that privilege.
Well, Walter calls my parents Mr. and Mrs. Moore, but he's also known them since we were in 6th grade. So they've always been Mr. and Mrs. Moore.
I know, but I think at this stage in your relationship, he should be able to advance a little bit past Mr.
He could. He could call them whatever at this point, but he would not call them their first names. He would never do that.
Right. Now, I've always been taught you put a Miss or Mr. in front of their first name. Mm-hmm. That's why I always refer to your daddy as Mr. Jesse.
Right. And he may have done that now. He may be doing that now. I don't know. But I do know that there's that first level before whatever he calls them. That first level is that respect level is there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like my in-law.
He'll go Pastor Middleton or Reverend Middleton or Reverend Albert or Mr. Middleton but
Now what I would refer to Raphael's mother before she passed, I'd call her Mama Rosa. But I would say Mama. I never called her by her first name.
Like I said, there's that little buffer layer of respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll always, like I said, I will always say, well, in the first initial meeting, I'll say Mr. or Mrs. I'll always start there. And as we progress in our dynamic of our relationship, I'll slowly transition to say, like my last relationship, Mama Lowry or Papa Lowry. I'll transition to that, but I will never say their first name solely. I will never. Right. I will never bring myself to do that to any in-law.
She said that. I was like, oh, we don't do that. What you doing, girl? Like, call that woman by her government name.
I mean, I didn't take offense to it. I didn't even give it a second thought, actually, not until you bringing it up. I just think that to me, it looked like they progressed enough in their relationship to get to a level of respect, basically how Darlene treated Naomi. So that now that they've gotten close enough to say Darlene, I just took it at that, because based on all the hell that Darlene gave her.
Yeah, but she still need to be Mama Darlene, Miss Darlene, Auntie something.
But she calls Elon. She calls Elon Elon.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. It didn't click until I heard her say Darlene. I'm like, whoa, what you doing? What you doing, girl? You ain't
that's not how it works.
Now back to Orphe Jean. Should they keep pressuring? Should they have kept pressuring June to go to the cotillion? What are y'all's thoughts on that?
Oh, I thought you was about to talk about Donnell.
Well, Darnell too. Okay, so we can go there first. We can talk about Samantha's mini crush on Darnell and how she got her heart broke when he said he used to have a crush on Chelsea.
First of all,
dried homegirl all the way up.
First of all, he's not your man. Second of all, he's talking about when he was a kid.
We already know that Samantha is sensitive, but him saying that shows that he has no regard for her feelings, and he's completely clueless to the fact that Samantha is feeling him in that way. Unless he does know she's feeling her that way, and that's why he said it.
True. Because
it is clearly one-sided. Darnell is not looking at Samantha with those type of eyes. I'm doing my mama a favor, and that's it. I'm gonna be cordial to you because I'm just a gentleman, but I'm not feeling you one way or the
She's
other.
Supposed to be 16, right?
Yeah, 16.
And he's what, 18, 19?
At least, well, they got to be in their 20s because Deanna went to the bar and ordered a vodka tonic today and got it. So they're at least 21.
He could have a fake ID, but they're twins, so they're the same age. So yeah.
Which I was thinking they were older enough because they were not freshmen at Banneker, because he's talking about them doing their freshman year, then them going off for a year studying abroad and coming back. So that would put them at least.
And they're the same age.
They're Greek. Exactly. So they're at least 21. Samantha's 16. So that's a 5-year difference.
Yeah, he said he ain't trying to go to jail. He said he ain't going to jail for you, girl.
Exactly.
But I see them trying to basically make this happen later on. Possible.
Maybe in some years.
Yeah.
In some years, but not now. Would be highly inappropriate.
Yeah, not right now. But okay. So back to
But it is appropriate that she's crushing on him because that's just what young girls do. But
absolutely.
But June. Is she right did she have a point in what she was saying about not wanting to go to the cotillion?
She did, but I don't understand how she didn't see why it was so important to Samantha that she come.
I think that I can respect June's reasoning as opposed to for opting not to go because she didn't want it. She felt like she was going to hurt Samantha and Donnell's chances or image at the cotillion. So she was thinking of them at the end of the day. Now, I think that she probably still should have gone or at least seen them off in a way, or at least be a fly on the wall. Like there are ways that she could have been able to attend the cotillion. Like she could be a server for the event. So
no, she don't need to be no server.
No. Because that'll definitely give Anastasia definitely something to talk about.
Yeah, that'll make it work.
Way too much, ammunition there. She got to be actually there and be on point.
How can she be platinum dead when the help is her mama? She ain't even a new breed.
That can't happen right there.
Yeah, nah. But Samantha loses it, which is understandable because everybody's just in their feels. But here comes the therapist. Whoa, wait now.
Child. You couldn't even save your own marriage. I can't take anything you say seriously.
Oh. The question is, did she want to save her marriage? I think she could have saved it if she wanted to. The question is,
but she's always advocating for people to talk it out, but she barely wanted to talk to Ted.
But she didn't want to talk to him at all.
I try to say what I say, but if I'm in that position, I really don't know what my reaction would be, because I would be like, how dare you?
It's one of the things I'm popping off at the mouth right now, but I do agree with you. It's like, I don't know how I would have been at that point. Because one of the things where it could have been one or two things. Like, it was 20 years ago. Yeah, you messed up, but you've been good all these years, so that accounts for something. Or two, I can't take
did nothing.
Whether it's 20 years ago, 50 years ago, or last week, you did it. I can't trust you.
You did it, and you made me feel like I was the number one in your life the whole time, which means you lied to me. So who knows how long this affair you carried on with the shenanigans, even though it was 20 years ago. Well, I'm sitting here with all my faith and trust in you. So yeah, as I try to put things in, see, I'm doing that so self-reflection tonight and how I look at things, because it's very easy from the outside looking in to say what you would do. But when you bring it home, I'm like, what would I do in Nicole's situation? Would I fight for it, or would I say, you know what, get to stepping? As a matter of fact, if y'all don't know, the white delegation has asked the black delegation to get the stepping back, and they're waiting for the Supreme Black Delegate Martin Lawrence to say that they're bringing back get to stepping. So if y'all hadn't been following the highlights and the order of business between the racial delegations, y'all need to check in and get what's going on and start attending these meetings.
Will do.
And it's a real thing. It's on Instagram. I have to send y'all the links, but yeah, that's the order of business this week, is if the black delegation will bring back get to stepping.
Can we direct it at the top first? I'm just saying. Tell all orange crayons to get stepping.
Well, it's not the white delegation. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. It's called the Caucasian Caucus. The Caucasian Caucus has offered up. You're barking up the wrong cheap pal. To offer to bring that back if you bring back get to stepping. So.
Listen, that's fun to say though. You're barking up the wrong tree, pal.
That's what I'm saying.
Wrong tree, buddy.
Yes. But yeah, that's Nicole comes in and does what she does and smooths it over. And well, she tries. But June said, "Can I talk to my children alone? I appreciate you. Thanks, but no thanks." She was respectful about it, though. She said, "Let me get this communication thing right. I want to speak to my children alone." And her and Samantha hash it out. And so June is now going to go, which, okay, great. Kumbaya. Everybody's lovely. So if Anastasia talk out the side of her neck, we riding early. We mounting up and we riding early. But speaking of Nicole, and let's just go here because Keisha is just chomping at the bit to go here.
What am I chomping at the bit for? Bye, Vanessa.
City Girls down 10 points because of Vanessa.
Vanessa said, "I don't care about you, our friendship, what my kids think, what anybody think. I am in love with this man. He loves me, and it's me and him." We can, Curtis, and put a DK in front of it. Yeah. Vanessa, who's wrong here?
Vanessa, hands down.
Definitely.
Now, does she have a right to be defensive of everybody coming at her, or is she Because the more, it's just like a teenager. The more you try to take it from them, the more they're gonna stand 10 toes down for it.
But the thing is, nobody's coming at her. Nobody's coming at her. She's trying to force him on everybody else. And because they're not receptive, then she's defensive. But they're not coming at her.
It's just we're not trying to jump down that rabbit hole.
But even then, in terms of everyone's perspective, Doug just died, what, a few months ago? Like 4 or 5?
October.
That part.
Was it November, December, January, February, March? We're now in month 6.
So they're not already.
And you technically you moved on in their perspective by month 2 or 3. And that's being generous.
It definitely, because you was tonguing him down the week after the funeral.
Well, the night he died, they was in Puerto Rico with the ring on the dress.
No, I'm talking about public. I'm talking about public.
They don't know that though. The only one that's asking the real pertinent question is Deanna, because she's saying, "So how long YouTube been screwing? Was it while Dad was alive, or was it right after he died?"
What do y'all think Joey's gonna tell him? What you think Joey's gonna tell him?
He's gonna try and hold up the lie that Vanessa told her.
I think because she already told her, because she said, "I lied to my daughter for you." So I think he's gonna keep with the lie.
And Curtis, I was about to say the same thing. I was just waiting for them to finish talking. I was gonna say, in Bridgerton and in the Regency era, she would still be wearing black because she's supposed to wear black for at least a year in mourning. Which Portia Featherington never donned one black outfit when Lord Featherington died. Just for honorable mention.
She sure didn't. He sure didn't. He moved right along.
She surely did not.
But with Vanessa, you're getting mad that everyone is asking the valid questions. Like, what is it with Joey that has you so smitten? You're telling us all the generic questions, but the real question that Deanna's asking, that not everyone is asking her, when did you really start messing with Joey?
Yeah.
Because Vanessa knows, though. Not Vanessa. Nicole knows that they were messing around before.
No, I don't think she did. I know that Nicole knows Vanessa was sleeping around behind Joey's back, but Vanessa never really told Nicole about Joey. At least that's what I recall.
Nobody knew beforehand that there was.
I thought for sure she knew.
It's either her or Danny knew.
Maybe it was Danny.
But Danny's the one that told Vanessa just a couple of days, like an episode or 2 ago, like, if they don't agree with what you, with how you're moving, forget them. Just move how you want to move, and they'll either fall in line or they'll fall off. And that's where Vanessa is going.
She did to Nicole just now. She let her fall away.
Well,
like, wow.
Yeah, because of how they came at her and Andre, but her and Andre's circumstances were completely different with how
she
they
wasn't mourning her husband.
Right, but they still, the Dupree came after them from a class standpoint, and how dare you, and that's my nephew, and he too. They came at her with all of the judgmental things, which she was right to say, "Step off. This is my life." But Vanessa is kind of in a different boat,
very much so,
to Joey. And everybody has a right. I ain't gonna say you have a right to judge, because nobody has a right to judge. So I'm gonna take that.
But it's natural for them to ask, to feel, one, concerned, and 2, it's like, girl, what are we doing here?
I would definitely be concerned if one of my girlfriends was going down this road and fast and not paying attention to what effect it's having on the life. And I know that my girlfriends have come to me in certain situations and said, "Hey."
But you know what? If I was Nicole, I would have came across Vanessa in this episode, because the last thing Vanessa told Nicole is like, "I guess it's different now because I'm the one in a monogamous relationship and you're the one that's doing anything and everything that comes your way."
Yeah, she did. She read and tried to say she was jealous, and I didn't appreciate that. I said, "Ooh, that was a low blow."
So I'm like, "Oh, girl, I might have to come across you across this courtyard, because what we're not about to do is that."
But you see, Nicole,
calling me a hoe when you know I'm a hoe.
Nicole didn't fight for it. Nicole walked away and said, "Oh, okay, it's like that. Then it's like that." Then. She sure did. She said, "Doctors with benefits. You got two plastic surgeons with benefits."
Hey, one orthopedic and one a plastic surgeon.
Two for the price of one.
Yo. But hey, we'll see. I think Deanna's gonna be the one to pull this all back. She's here now, and I'm glad she ain't back.
Who is she talking to, Donnell?
Who? Yeah, probably had to be.
Yeah, when she was plotting.
Had to be. But the last order of business for tonight, y'all. I want to know, what's your strategy in this case? What we doing?
This threw me for a loop. This was so random.
They had to give
us
completely
random. It was
completely random.
In the picture. I saw that.
Yeah, they had to give us something to do.
Yeah.
So how we handling it? Are we fighting this, or are we settling?
Look, child, we don't care.
Keisha, shut up.
We do care. She is a part of the cast. We
don't care.
We do care. Don't say that.
You want to cast?
Don't
Mama.
say that.
A lot of things, but you won't call me a liar.
I want to fight it, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, I don't want her to lose all everything, and I'm like, I don't see her mother the way they did.
It's a bad look.
Yeah,
it's a bad look either way. If she pay it off, she look guilty. If she fight it, you got your credibility is questioned either way.
Well, it's not even just the credibility being questioned. Like Bill said, you're going through months, maybe not a year or two, minimum of litigation. And your fellowship ain't going to wait for you. So you got to make a decision now. What do you want to do?
Says she want to fight.
I don't think the fellowship is a problem because Bill paid for the fellowship. So I think she's going to be good there. But her credibility is going to take a hit elsewhere.
I don't know, because the credibility of what she's basically, the research and everything, they're going to basically look at her as like, well, you're not, credible with your research if your name is not carrying. So they might not want her on. They might be kicked off anyway.
But I am happy that Bill and Naomi both say, okay, we're going to tag team this one. So she might have a chance with both of them. Maybe we'll see what Naomi can do, because we never seen either one of them in the courtroom. I would like
to say we'll see if it ever makes it to the courtroom,
because Bill forever
getting stuff out of working with you as the law office of Bill Esquire and Naomi, and law office of Naomi Esquire combine our resources to make sure the justice is served.
Yes, I need y'all to put your differences aside for your client, please. Lord have mercy. Do we have any church announcements?
None on tonight.
No announcements tonight.
All right, so minds are clear.
Our hearts and minds are clear. So listen, y'all go ahead and you've started voting for who you think, but go ahead and put your reasons and your nominations in the comments of who you think should be voted off tonight and why. And we will be right back with the trivia answers for tonight. So stay tuned. Let's see who won the entry.
Yeah. When I finish with you, 23-hour lockdown. Very good. Oh, yeah.
How you doing? How are you?
So my horizontal line is a little off. Oh, sorry. Hold tight.
All right, Angela. Who is the one? Hold on.
Well, we are back with an oldie but goodie. Miss Marvella is up.
Not a
She beat
oldie but
Curtis
goodie.
by just entering and hitting enter.
All right.
Yep. She hit enter before you did, Curtis. Yep. You got it.
All right. So, Marvella, you are in this week's entry. You made it in. Back in the pot one more time. Y'all give it up one more time for Marvella. All right. Here we go.
Be well with Bella is in it.
Keisha, who besides Vanessa you putting up tonight?
Leslie.
Why Leslie?
Because she showed her ass. I mean, that's what she does. But she didn't have to embarrass that child like that.
So it's because she showed out with her at lunch. That's why you're nominating her.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Angela, who you got?
Oh yeah, we got to discuss how to get rid of the net. Darlene.
That's who you're dominating.
I'm
Darlene.
with Leslie.
Yeah, definitely, Darlene.
Okay.
So,
anybody else?
And for not giving their son some backup.
True. Well, he gave him backup. He just gave him the wrong kind of backup.
Way back.
I had to call for my backup.
For real.
I should have a
should already have backup.
Sitting in a hotel. You should have a point man sitting in a hotel somewhere waiting.
Donald, who you
Law and Order again.
Who you nominating, Donald?
Smitty, because he's just jeopardized the entire investigation.
Child, that investigation been jeopardized since it started.
Well, he's moving it along faster than desired in terms of a more destructive way. I am voting for Vanessa or nominating Vanessa because you're putting few months.
He's a poet.
You're putting someone you've barely known for months over people who have known you for years and are showing genuine concern for you, but you're attacking everybody that shows genuine concern. And then 3, Darlene, because you shouldn't have came at Eva the way you did. Let me phrase it. You did come in hot, and I can understand why you came in hot. But at the end of the day, that's still someone else's child. And you still have to be able to communicate and articulate your grievances in a intelligent way, as opposed to an emotional, reactive, impulsionary way. And any one of your grievances if there's anyone you need to take your grievances to, let it be mother to mother and take out your frustrations on Leslie. Eva's a child who, in retrospect, who was just as much a victim as everybody else. Now, granted, she played a part in how everything played out.
She's a victim, but she definitely played her part.
But she still has to have. I still feel that Eva still deserves at least some empathy and sympathy in the situation. I won't say she's innocent, because she's not. She's not completely innocent, but she's partly a victim in the situation as well.
Right.
So
I agree.
That part, Darlene and most people tend to forget in terms of that situation with Eva, because Leslie lied to Eva just the same as everybody else for years in that way. But Eva's still a grown woman who can still make her own decisions.
And did y'all notice that Darlene is wearing that Drive Time green? Y'all know she's in the Drive Time commercials. If y'all hadn't seen Darlene before, that's where you've seen her. That's where you've seen her. She used to do Drive Time commercials, and now she's in Fairmont.
That is her.
Yeah.
And another thing with Darlene, you want to sit here. And another thing with Darlene, you want to sit here and be the champion for the Duprees. You have never sat in on a Sunday dinner with these people.
Never.
No, they've hung out. Remember, early on they said something. They asked Elon, but like they had all hung out a couple of times before. But now, I mean, look, you don't do Sunday dinner the way we do Sunday dinner. Because see, we do Sunday dinner after church, and I'm gonna just leave that there.
Which the Duprees don't go to.
Oh.
But yeah.
Look,
but
Keisha.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
my nomination.
That deserve one of these.
which makes me say I'm nominating the Duprees because they need to take their bus to church.
Well, my nominations this week mimic everybody else, and my number one, of course, like I said, is Smitty. Because Smitty, listen, you watched Scandal like the rest of us and saw what happened to James Bordat. Saying it all alone. And now that I just finished watching Scandal all the way in for the third time, the pain is still just as raw. You saw what happened to James. Why are you going there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
evergreen
trying to protect you by giving you security detail, and you talking about nope, only when I'm at the house. You done got in trouble outside of the house. You done committed a whole crime that you can spend time in jail for. And how do you expect the Duprees to get you out of that? This is not a sundown town. This is not you self-defense. This is you willingly walking into Nicole's office and breaching her computer and getting into programs you had no business in.
Violating all kinds of HIPAA laws.
All kinds of laws.
And you could have gotten Nicole in trouble for that.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. So, Smitty, here's the only nomination I have tonight. I mean, Lynette, yes, of course, for obvious reasons, but the one that my heart is convicted on, the one, the hill I'm willing to die on, is Smitty. He's the one tonight for me. So, listen, if Keisha, are you ready, or do we need to go to break?
I think I'm ready.
You think you're ready? All right, hold on, folks, for the announcement. And the person leaving Fairmont Crest tonight is
Lynette.
Oh,
Honorable mention, Darlene. The reason not Smitty is because I agree with Curtis. He is an investigative journalist, but not just that. The main reason I say not Smitty is because Smitty is following suit with the investigation, which in turn leads us to blame Jacob, which in turn leads us to blame Elon, because the investigation is a piece of caca from the very top all the way down.
No. And I'm not gonna let you. First of all, it came from Smitty, because Smitty is the one that brought this to Jacob's attention, who in turn took it to Elon and said, let me do this. It didn't come from the top down. It came from Smitty. However, in this whole situation, Jacob has been the one to say, Smitty, you need to lay low. Step away from this. Don't do this. And Smitty has kept fighting his way. No, I'm in. It's my story. I'm in. And now Jacob even said, stay away from that hospital. You are putting yourself in jeopardy. You're putting both of us in jeopardy. It's getting too dangerous. Stop it. To which Smitty has said, no, I'm not doing it. And then he turned around and lied to Jacob in his face today and said he just happened to be close to the hospital to be over there. Not that he was doing the said thing Jacob told him not to do. So I can't let you pin that on Jacob for Smitty's disobedience and stupidity. That's not Jacob's fault. You sound like you are underwater. I don't know what is going on with you. But I know I can't let you do that. But the prayer list, we praying for Smitty and we're praying for Jacob. They get top priority prayers this week. And so, Keisha, who is your performer of the week?
Is she
I think she's frozen. I think we lost her. I think we have lost Keisha. So, Donald, who you pick for performer of the week?
There wasn't really any standout scenes. I mean, there were some kiki scenes, but I didn't really have a performer of the week this week. All of them were basically underwhelming in terms of the emotional front.
If I have to give it to somebody, I will give it to Darlene. And the reason I would give it to Darlene, because she came in and made all of us hate her instantly, which means she came in to do what she needed to do and to make us form opinion about her. So I would give it to her because she did not make the best entry into Fairmont Quest, not on the loving tip, but she made a impactful entry that we all say collectively agree that she's a bitch. All right.
Okay. Wait.
Final thoughts. We might as well keep it with you, Donald, since you're speaking. What's your final thoughts for this week?
I'm hoping that whatever we see in the trailer for next week regarding Bill and Haley, I hope it leads to Haley being exposed and Bill setting boundaries and how Lynette's going to mess with basically Ted and Nicole. Well, wait, hold on. I'm sleepy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's time for your bed. You can go to bed.
Been a long week.
Yeah,
been a long week.
It has.
But I saw Dorinda Clark Cole last night.
You saw what last night?
I was worshiping with Dorinda Clark Cole last night.
Oh, okay. Come on, Dorinda.
So
all right now.
But yeah, this is water.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, he was drinking water. Okay, Miss Dorinda. I love her.
Yep. She walked in. She walked in and walked past me. It took everything in me not to freak out.
Keisha's texting. She said her Wi-Fi went out. She gave performance of the week to June, so she can co-sign with Darlene with that. Angela, final thought.
But my final thoughts are, I really want to see this cotillion. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see what the dress thing is going to be like. For those of us that basically ventured into that, it's going to be really interesting to see how they portray it. I really hope nobody gets unalived next week, but I don't think it'll be next week. I think what holiday is coming up?
The next one coming up
is Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, then Memorial Day, then Father's Day.
So I'd say in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we going. Yeah, it's somebody's gonna get shot or something. But yeah. So or fall down some stairs accidentally, or
June. Wait, I saw your text messages. You know you calling into the show. Keisha's calling in.
Hey y'all.
Hey. So I just want to see how that's gonna work, and then
is it raining outside or something? What the heck is going on?
Mine has been messing up the whole time because y'all have been flaking on me the whole time. So I don't know.
Maybe it's a I don't know, because my daddy's was like yesterday, and it was a whole spectrum outage. So maybe
y'all
it's
have been
East Coast thing.
The whole
maybe it's the East Coast thing, because I've been fine and Donald's been fine, so it must be y'all. My final thought is, just like Angela, I want to see the cotillion, and I want the cotillion to give us what Winterfest did not. I'm here for all of the drama.
No fighting at the cotillion.
No, I didn't say the fighting. I said the drama. I want to see how beautiful June looks and show stops everybody. I want to see everybody's mouth fly open. I want to see how beautiful Samantha is. I want to see the other girl take Platinum Deb and put Chessie and her and Anastasia in their place. I want to see Anita throw a little bit more shade to Anastasia and Chessie, and I want to see the Duprees just come out on top, and it be filled with all of the drama and the shade and all of that Winterfest did not give us. I don't want to see the fight, but I want to see the drama and the shade. And
I do need a drunk Vanessa to make a reappearance, though.
You think she's gonna show up drunk to the cotillion? I don't think so.
No, but
I don't think she's gonna go to the cotillion. She doesn't really. Well, her son is there, but
who gonna be drunk at the cotillion? Yeah, Donald says he wants to drunk Vanessa to make an appearance back at the cotillion. Yes, Honessa. He wants her to come back. Lord have mercy.
That'll really be a mess, Lord.
Anyway, we look forward to we're ramping up, y'all, outside of the episode that y'all thought was boring, which was the backstory of Naomi and Jacob. I thought this week was a really good week. It's kicking us off into next week. I think we're getting into some real solid continual drama here. So I think we're going to be riding high for a couple of weeks now. We're getting what I say juicy into the summer months, and they got to hit us really hard, because now this is the time when the networks decide if we're going to get a season 3. So
another season, yeah.
We gotta go. We
didn't discuss how we was going to unalive Lynette. That's what Curtis was saying.
Well, Curtis did say he wanted Lynette to fake her own death and leave a letter implicating the other 3 of them and blackmailing them, and then leave and be a millionaire. I think that was what he said. But he was the only one, I think, that said how they would go about unaliving Lynette. Let me go back in it. I think he was the only one.
I didn't see anymore. I did see Curtis's, but that was it.
Yeah, I think he was the only one.
We got to put that in the chat. We got to put a poll in how to unalive Lynette.
Yeah, we'll put that in the Facebook group. Be creative of how we're going to get Lynette away. And with that, y'all, it has been a wonderful week. Thank y'all for riding with us. If you were on tonight, tell a friend about next week, and let's continue to get our podcast numbers up so that we can have more healthy discussion with a lot more people. I want to see it get bigger and bigger and bigger. We're on episode 54 next week, and I want to have 54 people in the comments. So that's the goal. So y'all share, so that we can do this thing next week. And y'all be careful. Y'all be safe. I love every one of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, and good night.
Donald, so you can drive tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.